Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video, and this of course is the Leeds United Hull City review. Leeds United 3, Hull City 1, and I can breathe. We can breathe. And these are the games that you have to win to get promoted. You just know that. The games you need to win to get promoted are the games where you're not at your best, you're not playing your best, but you're able to get through it. Make sure to like the video and subscribe if you're new, of course, and let's get into it. So, let's talk about this game. The game kicked off. 9 minutes in, we score. A lovely bit of movement on the left side. I can't even remember who it was. No, it was on the right side. And then it gets whipped in by Dan. I actually don't remember the first goal. I remember the ending. Somerville goes up in the air to header it. And then it goes across and Barham just popped his head onto it. He popped his head onto it. It just slashes him in the face and goes in the back of the net. Good start, 1-0 up, in my opinion. When that happened, probably like a lot of Leeds fans, when we went 1-0 up with the Barham goal, we thought we were just going to run away with it, to be honest. Like, that's what I thought. And then what happened after that is Bamford missed a sitter. Now, I think people on Twitter need to calm down. I don't want to hear this all again. I don't want people to slammer him because we won. Stop, don't slam him because we won. That was a bit of a... we won. I feel so bad. Now, I'll give him... I'll say the things. Firstly, I'll say he has to score, and he knows that himself. And you could see by his reaction, he couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe it went over the bar. Like, he's like, how did it do that? To give him a bit of what's the word? I can't remember the word. But to give him a bit of it, what I want to say is, when it happened, the ball's bobbling first, okay? And then the defender has gone to hit the ball and has like pulled out or just missed it at the last second. And it's one of those where it's a split-second reaction from that, and he has to score. I admit it. I agree. I admit it. I agree he has to score. But that's just a little bit of like saying, well, he does have a split second to just put his foot under it because it looked like the defender was just going to clear it. But he has to score that, and he knows that himself. And we move on from that. We go to halftime. Hull City in the first half, let me tell you this. Hull City in the first half were the better team, more the possession. Oh, yeah, they scored. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, they scored to make it 1-1, and I was like, oh no, it's going to be Bamford's fault. We're going to lose, it's going to be Bamford's fault. Or we're going to draw, it's going to be Bamford's fault. And it was so annoying when they scored. Good finish from Cavalier, and he's their one player that I went when I saw the game, I'm like, he was the one player where I'm like, he's going to score, he's going to score. He's a Premier League player already, in my opinion, and I think a lot of people think the same thing. We get to halftime. I'm pretty calm at this. Like, I'm not like, oh my god, it's over. I'm like, get into the second half and change it up. We get into the second half, and I feel like Hull City started again the better team throughout most of the half as well, the second half. Bamford then comes off for Joseph, which I thought I wouldn't have done that. I know people would say Bamford off, Joseph on, and people were saying that. I would have brought like Kamara off and brought Joseph on. So I would have liked to see Bamford and Joseph in a front two together instead of seeing a striker for a striker. Because I feel like we need to win games. We need to win every game for the rest of the season almost. We can't drop a lot of points. So I would have brought on Joseph to have two up front to push for the goal. But it didn't matter in the end. Joseph had a chance. Now, I think he should score it. Maybe people would say it's a bit difficult. It's not the easiest chance in the world, and I'll say that. And it's so close because it hits the post. And knowing it, of course, because of our luck, it hits the post and goes the wrong way, you know. If it hits the post and just stops, Dan James is first there. Hits the post and bobbles back towards the goal. Dan James the first one to the ball, and he taps it in as well. But then after that, you're thinking we're drawing this. 88th minute, Somerville's run down the wing to cut inside and win that penalty. Beautiful. Now, I'm going to say something about Somerville. I'm going to criticise Somerville for this. Even though he scored the penalty and it was a good penalty down the middle, don't argue with Pirro about taking a penalty when Pirro is the penalty taker first of all. And the last time that we were in the 90-plus minute and we got a penalty, who took it and who won us the game? Joel Pirro. That's why I was like, when he was about to take it, I'm like, this is such a classic thing of they argue over the penalty and then Somerville will miss it. That's what I was like, but thank you, he scored. I think he's a good player, but Somerville's been not at his best recently. That's 2-2 now. Maybe he's back to scoring ways. But yeah, I was just like, oh no. And then at the end, can we talk about the end for a second? What's Rutter doing? Sorry. We get the ball, and all we have to do is clear it out of there. And Rutter takes a heavy touch and tries to run past players. He tries to run past players and loses the ball, and they have a chance to score. If they score that, that's Rutter's fault. And I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what are you doing? And then it got cleared away. Pirro plays in the Dan James, and the keeper's come up for the corner. Dan James smashes it into the back of the net, and we win 3-1. Let's go over to my, let's rank the, what's it called? Oh my God, I'm out of it today. Let's give the player ratings. Ilan Melli, I thought had a good performance. I mean, nothing he could do for the goal, really. And I thought he was all right today, 6.5. Junior Firpo, I thought was good today. I thought he showed a lot in attack and looked dangerous. I'm going to give him a 7, because I actually thought he did well defensively today as well. Like, he was decent defensively, good defensively, I would say. Ethan Ampadu, I'm going to give a 6, because there was moments in this game where his passes were just like the last game against Watford. His passes were he just gave them away and gave them away. So I'm going to give him a 6. Joe Rota, I'm going to give a 7, because I thought he was good today and good at the back. He always is, you know. Sam Byram got the goal, you know, got the opening goal, and I think he did really, really well today. I think he pocketed Philogene, really. I think he kind of pocketed him for most of the game. So I'm going to give him an 8, because I think he was brilliant. Archie Gray, I'm going to give a 7. Thought he was good today as well. Did his job in the midfield, winning the ball. Glenn Kamara, now I saw some people saying they get Kamara off at some points. I thought he did well. I thought he was getting the ball, winning the ball in tackles, and doing well defensively to win the ball back multiple times. I'm going to give him a 6.5, because I thought he was good today. Chris Somerville, scoring that penalty to put us 2-1 up. Good performance from him. He looked dangerous throughout the game. I'm going to give him an 8.5, and he is going to be my man of the match. I'll give him my man of the match. Jorginho Rata. Now, I thought he was good today. I thought he was better than the last game, of course, and I think there's still sometimes where he does a skill move. There was a moment where he did a skill move in the middle of the park and then just lost the ball when he didn't have to do a skill. Sometimes he does too much, and he almost cost us the game at the end when he gave away the ball. But I thought overall good performance from him, and he did well. Dan James, of course, got the third goal where there was no keeper, but still, even though there was no keeper, that's a hard finish to make. And he's popped that in the goal well. Throughout the game, I thought he was dangerous and he looked good. I'm going to give him a 7.5. Patrick Bamford now, I'm actually going to give him a 6. I'll give him a 6. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I'll give him a 6. Because I think pressing-wise and putting pressure on the defenders, on the centre-backs, and on the keeper, he did really well at. He missed that one chance. Yes, he missed a massive chance where he should score. But throughout the rest of his performance, I think he did well. I think he did all right. I don't think he was bad. That's going to be so that's the video. We won 3-1. Thank you. Basically, we've got to say thank you to Somerville. And we move on to the next one. So this is going to be a tough race at the end of the season, but I believe we will get promoted. And let's just continue marching on together. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you boys in the next one. Peace.